So today I'm going to be changing out the radiator on my 2008 Mercedes C300. It's developed a leak on this side of the radiator. I changed out the O-rings and it's still leaking, so we're going to remove the radiator and install a new one. So here's the new radiator, purchased from FCP Euro. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take off this plastic top cover. We're going to take off the intake hose, and then that'll give us access to everything here. And then we got to remove a bunch of 10mm bolts to pull off that top section of the above the radiator. There's a little so the hood latch cable runs through here. Just make sure you unclip. You can unclip it, and then you just lift this tab up and it should pull out. And just lift this tab and it should pull out. We'll do the same thing for the other side. So this whole thing will come out. There's normally a clip there, but it's gone. Okay, now that we got this top plastic cover off, now we have access to this little front radiator support cover. And so there's some 10mm that we got to take away to take off these two. We got to take off these two. We got to take off these two. There's one also right here, and then same thing on the other side, two here, one here, and then this whole assembly should be able to come off. Just like that. We have access to the fan now, which we need to take out, and then we'll work on the hoses, and then it should be ready to pop out. So you can also see there's coolant around this area. There's coolant in there. There's coolant around here. So you can definitely tell it's been leaking on this side. But we're gonna fix that today, hopefully. There's a bunch of so after you get all that stuff, I would disconnect the electrical, and then there's a little plastic clip for the harness that, so you just pull the clip out, and then on this side there's a little, it's a Torx 20 size, and there's a screw that holds these two to the fan, so you'll have to remove that. Alright, so next up, what we're going to do is we're going to try and drain what we can the best we can. So we need to pull off this hose. We need to pull off this hose. We need to disconnect these two lines down there. This one and this one. So the radiator is clipped to the condenser, and so if you take a look here, there's these two clips, or these two, like, hard to see, sorry. So what you do, all you have to do is just pinch these two together and push. Pinch it and push. It'll pull. It'll separate. Okay. So now the radiator is completely separated from the condenser, and all we have to do now is just take out the hoses. Alright, I had a little bit of a struggle to get those oil cooler lines off, but oil cooler or power steering cooler, one of them. Anyways, there's these little C-clips that lock them in, and it's so wet down there that it's kept slipped in, so I couldn't get it, but finally got both of those off. It is going to leak some oil, so make sure that you put down like a oil pan or something to just Alright, so we're just going to maneuver the new one in, connect all the lines, and then put everything back together. Now would be a good time to change out any hoses. So I do have the lower hose, so I'm going to go ahead and change that out just as a precaution, because you have the radiator and the fan out, so might as well, you got room. So my recommendation, just install that new hose on the over here. Install that new hose. Unfortunately I don't have a new hose for the top one, but We're gonna now feel the radiator, check for leaks, start it, and let it bleed. Okay, so the car's been running for about 15 minutes, and like I said, I have the heater on full blast just so coolant can go through the heater core and circulate all throughout this whole system, because obviously there's air in the system, so we have to bleed it. Leave the AC or leave the heater on full blast while you're letting the car warm up. This, I filled it up, and then after about 5-7 minutes or so, it went down. So the thermostat opened up, and then I had to refill it back up again. So now it's all filled up to the top, and I'm just letting it recirculate, keep going. And I think that's it. You know, as long as you just double check for leaks, make sure nothing's leaking, and that's how you change the radiator on a 2008 Mercedes C300. You know, it's a rather easy job, I would say. You know, on a scale of 1 to 10, for someone to do it, I would say it's maybe a 4. It's not very, you just got to be patient. And I mean, the hardest part was wiggling out the radiator after everything was disconnected. So, you know, if you got patience and can deal with, you know, little things like that, then you'll be fine. It's an easy job. It'll save you some money if you just do it yourself rather than paying a shop. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Appreciate you watching the video, and looking forward to making more.